Have you ever wondered why we seek validation from others so desperately? It's a curious phenomenon, isn't it? We're constantly on the lookout for approval, for that nod of acceptance from our peers, our superiors, even from strangers on the internet. But why? What drives this insatiable hunger for validation? Well, it's a deeply ingrained human tendency, a product of our social evolution. But as with many other tendencies that served us well in the wild, in our modern world, this one can often lead to anxiety, stress, and a loss of self-worth. Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers a different perspective. It encourages us to focus on our own values and virtues, rather than seeking approval or validation from outside. It's about finding inner tranquility by being true to ourselves and not letting the opinions of others sway us from our path. So let's dive into the world of Stoicism and see how it encourages us to be self-reliant and independent. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, teaches us to focus on what we can control. This philosophy, dating back to the 3rd century BC, is centered on the pursuit of virtue and wisdom, and it encourages us to concern ourselves only with the things within our control. The Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that the path to happiness was found in accepting the moment as it is, not in wanting to change or control it. This acceptance, they believed, would lead to tranquility and peace of mind. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. It's the understanding that some things are up to us while others are not. The things up to us are our own opinions, aspirations, desires, and the things within our own power. On the other hand, things not up to us include the natural world, the actions of others, and our reputation. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what we can control, we can find serenity. Stoicism also places a great emphasis on virtue. To the Stoics, virtue was the highest good. It was something to be pursued for its own sake, not for any external reward. Virtue, according to the Stoics, is a reflection of one's character and moral integrity. Another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is the acceptance of fate. The Stoics viewed life as a series of events that are largely out of our control. They believed in accepting whatever comes our way, whether it be good or bad, with grace and equanimity. In a nutshell, Stoicism is about embracing the present moment, focusing on what is within our control, cultivating virtue, and accepting fate. It's not about becoming indifferent or unemotional, but rather about developing an inner fortitude that allows us to deal with life's ups and downs with grace and dignity. Stoicism is about inner mastery, about cultivating personal virtues, and about accepting the world as it is. It's a philosophy that can guide us towards a more peaceful and fulfilling life, regardless of external circumstances. Stoics believed that seeking external validation is futile and destructive. Now let's delve into why this is a fundamental belief in Stoic philosophy. Stoics view the world as a stage, and each of us as actors playing our parts. They argue that we have no control over other people's thoughts, opinions, or actions, only over our own. Therefore, to base our self-worth or happiness on external validation is to place it on shaky ground, dependent on the whims and fancies of others. Stoics urge us to look inward for validation. They encourage us to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are not dependent on the opinions of others, but on our own actions and character. They are within our control and thus provide a firm and stable foundation for our self-esteem and happiness. This is not to say that we should ignore the opinions of others completely. Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature, which includes social interactions. However, they emphasized that while we should respect and consider the opinions of others, we should not be ruled by them. Stoicism teaches that the opinions of others are as fleeting and changeable as the weather. They may praise you one day and criticize you the next. If you tether your self-worth to their opinions, you will be at the mercy of their fluctuating moods and whims. Furthermore, Stoics argue that seeking external validation can be destructive. It can lead to inauthentic behavior as we try to please others and gain their approval. It can also lead to anxiety and stress as we constantly worry about what others think of us. Instead, Stoics encourage us to focus on our own virtues and values. They urge us to strive for wisdom, to act with justice, to be courageous in the face of adversity, and to practice temperance in all things. When we do this, we cultivate a deep and enduring sense of self-worth that is independent of the opinions of others. In the eyes of a Stoic, the only approval that truly matters is your own. So let us strive to live up to our own standards and values rather than seeking the fleeting and fickle approval of others. Implementing Stoic principles in your life can lead to profound personal transformation. Let's delve into how you can practically apply these tenets to your everyday existence. Firstly, recognize that you have control over your own thoughts and actions, and nothing more. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy. When faced with a situation, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If it's not, let it go. If it is, decide how you can respond in a way that aligns with your personal virtues and values. Secondly, practice indifference towards things that don't matter. This doesn't mean becoming apathetic. Instead, it's about discerning what truly matters in life and focusing your energy there. It's about understanding that the approval or disapproval of others falls into the category of things that don't matter. Thirdly, make it a habit to reflect on your actions and thoughts daily. This introspection will help you recognize when you're seeking external validation and guide you back to your core values. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. Fourthly, practice negative visualization. This Stoic exercise involves imagining worst-case scenarios. It might sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful tool to help you appreciate what you have and decrease the fear of losing it. It also prepares you to handle adversity with grace and resilience. Lastly, embrace discomfort. The Stoics believed that voluntary discomfort was a way to toughen the spirit. By stepping outside your comfort zone, you learn to handle hardship and build resilience. The benefits of implementing these principles are immense. You'll find inner tranquility, resilience, and self-sufficiency. You'll become less affected by the ups and downs of life and more focused on what truly matters to you. The Stoic philosophy isn't about not caring at all. It's about caring for the right things. It's about understanding that your worth isn't defined by others' opinions, but by your own values and virtues. When you start focusing on your own values, you'll realize that the opinions of others are irrelevant. Stoicism gives you the power to take control of your life. It's time to delve into the transformative power of this ancient philosophy. Stoicism, at its core, is about understanding and accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. By focusing on the things that are within our control and letting go of those that aren't, we can achieve a state of tranquility and peace. This is the power of Stoicism. It teaches us to be the masters of our own lives. Imagine having the ability to shrug off the trivial things that used to stress you out. The traffic jam that made you late, the rude comment from a coworker, the unfavorable weather ruining your plans. Through the lens of Stoicism, these become mere inconveniences, not catastrophes. They're outside your control and therefore not worth your emotional energy. But Stoicism doesn't stop at helping us cope with life's annoyances. It also empowers us with self-confidence. When you follow the path of Stoicism, you're no longer seeking validation from others. Instead, you're living in accordance with your own values and virtues, and that builds a solid sense of self-worth that's immune to external criticism. The power of Stoicism also extends to our overall life fulfillment. Stoics understand that happiness isn't found in material possessions or societal status, but in the cultivation of our character and virtues. By focusing on what truly matters, we can lead a fulfilling life that's rich with purpose and meaning. In the grand scheme of things, Stoicism enables us to navigate life with a sense of calm and purpose. It gives us the tools to respond to life's challenges with resilience and grace rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. And most importantly, it teaches us to live authentically, free from the pressure of societal expectations and norms. So embrace Stoicism and start living a life that is true to you and not dictated by others. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. This is the truth we've been exploring over the past few minutes. We've delved into the depths of Stoicism, understanding its principles and how it shuns the need for external validation. We've seen how it champions the pursuit of inner tranquility by focusing on our own virtues and values. We've also explored how to implement these Stoic principles in our everyday lives. Remember, the power of Stoicism lies in its practical application. It's not just about understanding the philosophy, but about embracing it, living it, and letting it guide our actions and reactions. It's about harnessing this ancient wisdom to create a life of serenity and fulfillment. So, as we wrap up this journey into the heart of Stoicism, it's time to ask yourself, are you ready to start living the Stoic life? To focus on your own virtues and values and to find peace within yourself? Remember, the only validation you need is your own, so start living the Stoic life today.